Daytime starts right now.
We all have, our very unique holiday traditions, but have you ever thought what Christmas was like way back when? For instance, what did Christmas look like for George Washington? We're going to take a trip back in time with our historical expert for an up-close look. He is so entertaining, you don't want to miss it. We're talking about our historical expert.
Nice.
I'm assuming George Washington was maybe a wee bit, right? Celebrity historian Rafi Adonian joins us on set to share what it would have been like to celebrate Christmas with George Washington. You don't want to miss it. He wore the wig and everything. Welcome back, everyone. So George Washington became the father of our country during the Christmas season, of course, with a defining moment of the American Revolution. But here's a question for you. What would it be like to spend Christmas with our very first president? Well, celebrity historian Rafi Adonian is here. He is going to set the scene. He's going to take us back. Should I call you Mr. President? Do I call you George? Do I call you Rafi? I don't even know.
I don't know. Any of the above, I guess.
They'll all work. All I know is I am digging the hair.
Well, I love that it's white because it reminds me of the song, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
And he can sing, too. I feel so underdressed, Rafi.
That's exactly how George Washington spent the first Christmas in the American Revolution in 1776. A white Christmas. Everyone's seen the painting. You're seeing it on the screen right there, right now. And look at the guy next to George Washington. Row, row your boat gently down the stream.
Not even wearing gloves.
Merrily. Not very merry, though, when he's rowing it, because that was a rough night. That was a rough day. Christmas Day, December 25th, 1776. Crossing the Delaware River in the thick of the dark revolution, because it was dark because it didn't look good. The cause didn't look good. But by surprising the British during a crazy time, that white Christmas, nobody thought someone would do this. Going across the ice. Many men didn't even make it across. They were hours behind. Ice rain coming against them. They make it across, push on, surprise the British, and turn not only that victory of the battle, but turn the course of the revolution to a series of successes. Now, what's interesting is, after the revolution, there were some struggles, of course, over the course of the war years later. But finally, the Americans win. And when they do win, it is 2 days before Christmas in the 1780s that George Washington surrenders his commission as a military general back to Congress, who had given him the power in the first place, thus establishing a precedent that you gave me power, now I'm going to give it back to you because Congress is supreme, not me as a military official. Remember, he's not president yet. That comes later. But he's already established that precedent of being a good Republican, as they would say, a small Republican, nothing to do with the parties today.
Totally
so
different.
Christmas Day, totally important for the American Revolution and our power.
Okay, so take us back then to Christmas at George Washington's house.
Well,
what would it have looked like?
Let's say you're not at the battlefield. Now you're at his home.
Right. There's a fireplace. His wife Martha is around somewhere.
And this is what it looks like. This right here is a Yorkshire Christmas pie that is directly from his recipes. There's accounts, actually, of people being served this. One of George Washington's home's very favorite.
And this is the recipe.
The recipe
this is
we
what
got
he
from
ate.
Mount Vernon, and you can find it at noshingswithnicole.com.
Who is your wife?
Yes.
Who made this?
That's right. And you can go find the recipe, which we got from Mount Vernon. You would cut a hole like that.
What's in here? To explain what this is.
Great question.
So interesting.
It's chicken, bacon, and turkey.
Okay.
So there's three kinds of meat. Colonial food people ate a lot of meat. That's why a lot of founders got gout. And then in there is also some filling that's carrots, celery, onion, and of course a whole bunch of different spices. Now, you take the gravy, you put it in this hole, and you let it kind of soak in there. You see,
what's
just
in the
like
gravy?
That. I don't even remember. It's like chicken gravy. It's like turkey gravy. And what's fascinating about this is as it settles in, remember, for us this looks like a heavy dish.
Yeah.
But what back then, this would be one of 20 to 40 dishes that they would serve over the course of Christmas. Believe it or not.
They were busy. They ate a lot.
That's right. They ate the entire afternoon into the evening. Now, this is what you would do. You would cut this into a slice.
They didn't have football to watch in between.
That's right.
They had to just keep eating the whole time.
Now, what are they doing? They're copying the English in Virginia, George Washington's contemporaries.
I was going to say, this seems very British,
It comes from the English. And what they would do, here, let's try to see if I can cut this nice. Let's see.
You can do it.
And over Christmas, they would celebrate the 12 days of Christmas from December 25th to January 6th. Look at that slice right here.
Look, it's so meaty.
And there you go. You get a cross-section, all the meat. Now, They would celebrate 12 days of Christmas, like the English, who were doing feasting, drinking, gambling, balls. This is how they celebrate the 12 days of Christmas in England, bringing it over to Virginia. And of course, this is a taste, just like you go back to see, you know, kind of reconnect with your grandma and family history. This is kind of reconnecting with the nation's founding and nation's history.
I love
and not everyone
it.
agreed with this. Up in New England, the Massachusetts folks, we've all heard of the Pilgrims and the Puritans. They thought it departed too much from sort of the true Christianism as they saw it. They didn't like the Church of England because they thought it was too Catholic. They thought it was too pagan. So they would actually not do the feasting that the English did. They would actually, there was accounts of fines and detention that happened for people celebrating Christmas. Massachusetts at some point banned Christmas, saying that it was a great dishonor to God. That's how they saw it. So the colonies didn't agree on Christmas. But Washington in Virginia and his contemporaries, this is how they're going to celebrate it, partying it up.
This is so cool.
It's not until 1870, 100 years later, that Christmas becomes a national holiday, because there's not a lot of agreement in the colonial era.
Do you think people are, to this day here, are still making this little pie here?
This is so much work. This is about 8 to 10 hours of work.
No, it is not. Your wife worked on this for 8 to 10 hours?
Overnight. We worked on it overnight.
Wow. You've got to keep her.
That's right.
Do you this? Do you serve this at Christmas to your family? Have you ever done that?
Yes, we have. Ever since we learned about the, the recipe and this existence from Mount Vernon, not only to our family, but actually if we go to a Christmas party, this is a great hit at a potluck because, I mean, it's heavy, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and what
it connects with George Washington. Everyone asks, what is it? It's heavy on meat, and you can have a lot of servings out of this because it's very filling. They would eat a lot of different courses. Now, what's funny about these guys is they would have what they would call 2 courses, but 2 courses each has multiple parts, each has multiple dishes. So if you read an account that says we had 2 courses, don't be fooled. Each course has parts and dishes. It adds up to 20 to 40 dishes. That's why I say that.
So if you go to George Washington's Christmas party, they have to roll you out, basically.
That's right.
And you better wear your stretchy
all
pants.
day long.
Yes. Rafi, it was so wonderful having you here. Thank you for this Christmas cheer.
Of course.
For
Merry
this
Christmas,
little
happy
lesson.
holidays. Yeah.
And again,
reconnect with the country's roots.
We sure did. And again, your wife made this, and if you would like more information on her, give us her website again.
Noshingswithnicole.com is her website, and mine is celebrityhistorian.com. We connect the history and food stuff often together because food is an excellent way to experience culture and history as it is in so many cultures around the world.
And I feel so underdressed. Next time, I'm going to dress up as Martha. And then we'll be good to go. Thank you for being here so much, Rafi. Again, for more information, celebrityhistorian.com. You can also find him on Instagram.